I didn't have to pay for the... which is lucky. Unfortunately, now it's just the eye of the Sphinx. But it's a bit too late to change the banner. That bloody bomber. I mean, the chamber was filled with irreplaceable treasures. The gate is massive. I can't open it myself. The gate... Director Mohta? Director, how can I open the metal gate?
He shouldn't have done that.
Director.
All the artifacts in the treasure chamber. He destroyed them.
And I will bring him to justice. But first, I have to get inside. He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Perhaps I'll get something out of him in a couple of minutes. The gate is He's pale and shaking, probably in shock. Perhaps I'll get something out of him in a couple of minutes. He's pale. Perhaps... I'll leave the gate closed until Legrand has surrounded the museum with his army of policemen. Constable Oliver!
Don't move!
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna arrest you.
Put the pistol away.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Robert, be sensible.
Shut it!
Is he dead?
Just unconscious. Perhaps he can tell us who knocked him out.
Excellent.
Don't act all innocent. It was you.
I was in the treasure chamber with the director. You, on the other hand, had every opportunity to take the guard out.
I found him unconscious. I wanted to open the gates.
And make it easier for the Raven to escape?
That does it. On the floor. Hands behind your head.
Why aren't you in the embassy with Inspector Legrand talking to the press?
What are you talking about? Legrand refused to do it.
What?
He told the ambassador that he'd rather walk through the desert for 40 years than give interviews for 40 minutes.
We have to open the treasure chamber's gate. I suspect there's a secret entrance.
No. We should open the main entrance and call for help.
Robert, think. The Raven is inside the museum and so are we. We could catch him, but we have to give chase immediately. The two of us can finish it here and now.
You just want to confuse me.
Robert, I don't think you knocked this man out, but neither did I. I was with the director the entire time. Ask him.
That doesn't mean you aren't involved somehow. You could be working with the Raven.
So could you. We can suspect each other, open the exits and offer the Raven every possible escape route. Or we can bring him to justice right here, right now.
Oh, okay. But just get this straight. I don't trust you. I'll keep an eye on you, and if you try to get away...
Understood. I'll try to open the gate to the treasure chamber now. I'd appreciate it if you'd refrain from accidentally shooting me.
No tricks, Zelna. and if we don't find anything in the treasure chamber, we'll open the gate at the main entrance and call Inspector Legrand.
Of course. Constable Oliver can't honestly think that I'm the Raven. He must realize that I never had a chance to set a bomb, although he may think that I could be an accomplice, as could he.
Where do you think you're going?
I'm searching for a way into the treasure chamber, which is exactly what you should be doing.
I'll give you 5 minutes, then we'll follow my plan. Open the main entrance and call for backup.
Let's hope for both our sakes that I find a way into the treasure chamber before then. I don't want to be responsible for the escape of the Raven. He's pale in shape, perhaps. Do you have any idea how we can open the gate?
We've got to open the main gate and call for backup.
No. You gave me 5 minutes and my time isn't up yet. The clock is ticking. Sooner or later the constable will lose his patience and I'll lose my chance to get into the treasure chamber alone. The gate is massive. I can't open it myself. The clock is ticking. A monitor, probably for viewing the security cameras. There are 5 buttons down here, 3 of them labeled. Camera 1, Camera 2, Camera 3. This should be the one in the treasure chamber. As I expected, it didn't survive the explosion. All right, how do I... Fantastic. That's me, with the director. Now it's getting exciting. What on earth? Someone must have turned the camera off. Or... no, it's still recording, but something's covering the lens. There. That was the explosion. Interesting. I was looking for this. I think he's okay. After we've checked the treasure chamber, we should call an ambulance. Locked. Blueprints for a museum. Every gate seems to be controlled by its own switch. This should be the gate for the treasure chamber. That's it. There's nothing more I can do here. Dead. We can't call for help. The line's... if not, or if it was also disconnected, I'm not sure that anyone out there knows what's happening inside the museum. I guess no one heard the explosion from outside. The treasure chamber doesn't have any windows, and the metal gates that came down could just be part of a test. I had a look at the video recordings.
Yeah? And?
And the treasures?
Shortly after we left the room, the video recordings stopped.
Oh, they're useless.
Not at all. The video recordings are very interesting.
Why is it interesting?
Someone was in the treasure chamber, and they disabled the camera. And, just a few minutes later, the alarm went off and everything blew up. The burglar hardly had time to prepare a targeted explosion, right? One more reason to go and see what happened in the treasure chamber. Director Mokhtar, I can't open the gate. Is there another way into the treasure chamber?
No. Only one way. Only one.
The director won't help me. Whether I want to or not, I have to stick with the constable. The clock... If you would be so kind. No, that won't work.
I could have told you that.
The explosion wasn't strong enough to seriously damage the gate, but maybe it's a bit warped. At any rate, it won't open. The director, the clock. Locked. It fits. Constable? It's moving. No, not quite there yet. The explosion wasn't strong enough to seriously damage the gate, but maybe it's a bit warped. At any rate, it won't open. Guards usually have more keys, but I doubt they need that many if they just sit in the guard room all day. We were almost able to open the gate with a lever, but not all the way. Guards usually have more keys, but I doubt they need that many if they... The lances look sturdy, but they also seem to be firmly connected to the figures. Maybe I can break them off. On the other hand, there's been enough destruction today. The director... The clock... I'll leave the gate. That might help. All right. It has to work. Constable Oliver, could you lend me a hand? On 3. 1, 2, 3! Director Mokhtar, hurry! Put something under the gate! Huh? Director!
No luck.
It won't open any further!
Put it down, quick! That'll hold it.
I wouldn't bet on it. We should hurry.
And inform Inspector Legrand.
First, I'll get an overview of the situation.
You don't think I'm going to leave you all alone with a jewel, do you?
I doubt that the jewel is still in the treasure chamber.
But how?
I'll be watching you.
Then you'll have to come with me.
If you haven't heard anything from me in 5 minutes, me, not Constable Zellner, then open the entrance and call for help. Understood?
Okay.
Whoa, indeed. Let's hope that at least some of the artifacts withstood the explosion. The remains of the cordon. Give me some light. Why didn't he just drive through the wall with a tank? Reckless ignoramus. The cord is too short. It'd be no better than jumping. The cord is too short. The cord is too short. The clasps aren't really made for heavy weights, but I think they're strong enough.
You don't want to go down there, do you?
That's how the eye left the treasure chamber.
Oh no. No way. We've seen enough. The Raven is gone. We need to get Legrand. Great. You happy now?
You could say that. Will you give me some light? What do you think about this?
It's a right mess.
You can say that again. Would you give me your flashlight?
You can't seriously expect me to say yes.
No, not really. So at least give me a bit of light. This explosion was much more intense than the one in London, wasn't it?
You can say that again. Imagine what would have happened if the bomb had gone off tonight.
He didn't risk it. We must have made him nervous.
He couldn't have chosen a better time. Legrand isn't here. There are only a couple of guards and almost no witnesses.
Still, I would have thought he'd wait. Remember the train? Our opponent has a penchant for drama. He's vain and wants as much publicity as possible.
Even vain people don't want to go to jail.
True enough. It seems like the question of backup has been settled. We can't open the door from the inside.
The director will surely contact Legrand. He'll be outside the door with a full squad in no time.
I wouldn't bet on it. The thief was in the guard room and knocked out the guard. What was he up to there? He didn't disable the alarm. Maybe the phone lines.
Someone will notice the metal shutters on the windows.
Sooner or later, sure. Until they do, we have time to solve the case. I let myself down into the hole with the rope.
You can't be serious.
This isn't a matter for discussion. I'm going down there. You can join me or stay here.
But you don't know what or who is down there.
That's why I want to go down there. Besides, maybe I'll find an escape route for us.
All right then. Should I hold the rope?
Okay then. So what do we do now? Yes, thanks. I'm down. Give me some light, Robert. Are you all right?
Yes. Have you found an escape route?
I'm working on it. No, I am where I want to be. The Raven was here just a few minutes ago. I have to find an escape route. Shine the light over there, please. Interesting. Documents, maps, letters, all of them at least 20, 30 years old. I wonder how the Raven knew about the secret basement. He must have done some research and then paid someone for the missing information. What's that?
Hey, don't go too far away.
Come down and stop me, or stay there and give me some light. Interesting. Some kind of wooden hatch. There are two hinges on this side. There's a kind of metal hook holding the hatch closed. I'm the talking statue. I really like to teach bad words to the little boys. At least that riddle is solved now. Peepholes. And I suspect, yes. The Raven couldn't have gone this way. We'd have seen him and he couldn't have closed the bolt from outside. There must be another entrance.
Why is it suddenly so bright down there?
I found the light switch.
Zelma? Is that you?
It is I, the Raven.
Did you find an exit?
No, I'm still looking. The basement is quite large.
Okay, okay. Don't go too far away.
Are you all right?
Yes, yes. Have you found an escape route?
I'm working on it. Various containers. Maybe they contained funerary objects. The lids depict animals and a person. That alone doesn't really help me. The lids depict animals.
What are you doing here? You were just...
I found another exit.
The eye?
Gone. The Raven blasted a hole in the floor of the treasure chamber. There's a hidden basement beneath it.
And the other treasures?
It doesn't look good.
Oh, no.
Director Mokhtar?
Isn't it about time to open the gates?
I don't believe that the police have arrived yet. We can't risk giving the Raven a means of escape.
That monster is surely long gone by now.
Perhaps not. I have a lead.
Do your best. As soon as the police have surrounded the building, I'll open the gates.
Very well, Director. The basement below the treasure chamber. Did you know about it?
I had no idea.
There are maps and drawings from the Second World War in the room. Why?
Well, it may have had something to do with the resistance.
Resistance?
Egypt was occupied by the British. There was a movement for independence.
The Egyptians collaborated with the Nazis?
No, but the enemy of my enemy.
So, the rebels reported information to the Nazis, and for that they needed secret command posts.
Yes, and what would be of more symbolic importance than the Egyptian Museum, witness to 5,000 years of Egyptian independence?
Hidden rooms? Secret basements? What are they doing here?
The museum was built in 1900 by a Frenchman who had a penchant for such things.
Mystical torchlight ceremonies celebrating the builders of old? Freemasons? Things like that?
Many great buildings have complicated histories.
And today we're going to write a new chapter. It's going to be okay. Wait here.
Where is the constable, anyway?
He's guarding the treasure chamber.
He told me to call for backup if he doesn't come back in about 5 minutes, and that I shouldn't trust you.
If you count on the constable, you're backing the wrong horse.
He's Legrand's man.
Did you ever think about the fact that he's the only one who was present at both burglaries?
Oh.
I'd better leave him be if I don't have an important question. I can't open the gate. The constable thinks I'm below him in the basement. If I call him from here, he might fall into the hole out of shock. Besides, it's an advantage if he thinks that there's only one exit and that it's locked. I'll have more time for my investigation. museum still has plenty to offer, despite the senseless destruction in the treasure chamber. The museum I'm going to examine the display case now. As I expected.
Empty?
Yes. The display case didn't survive the fall. The thief just had to pluck the jewel out. I order you to hand me the flashlight immediately.
You can't order me to do anything.
What would Nicholas Legrand do in this situation? Would he wait for backup and twiddle his thumbs, or would he act?
Oh, blast.
Robert, this is our moment. Time to show them all. When the others arrive, they'll see that we didn't just dare to enter the basement. No, we also found an escape route and opened it. How do you think that will sound on the police report? Constable Oliver and Constable Zellner laid the foundation for the arrest of the Raven with competence and quick thinking.
Oh, that would be great, but no, we really should wait for Legrand.
Oh. For the last time, I need the lamp, right now.
I don't know. It'd be better if we call for backup first.
What would Nicholas Legrand do in this situation? Would he wait for backup and twiddle his thumbs, or would he act?
Oh, blast.
Robert, this is our moment. Time to show them all. When the others arrive, they'll see that we didn't just dare to enter the basement. No, we also found an escape route and opened it. How do you think that will sound on the police report? Constable Oliver and Constable Zellner laid the foundation for the arrest of the Raven with competence and quick thinking.
Okay, here's what we do. I'll hand you the lamp and you open the door. Then we guard the door and wait for backup.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
Right. Catch, but hurry. I don't want to think about the fact that I'm standing here in the dark surrounded by mummies.
That's better. That is interesting. 4 discs. An extravagant combination lock. If it was just another language with a Latin alphabet, I might be able to guess the meaning, but I'm lost when it comes to Arabic. I'll write them down. It could be a hint about how to open the door. There we go. He's up there, Robert. I know that.
That may be. Go into the guard room and open the gates.
Tell the director.
Zelna, don't do it. It's too dangerous.
You can't stop me. Not anymore. 200 steps at least. And a ladder. I'm too old for this. The chair is the only object that's not covered with dust. It seems like someone sat on it recently. Handcuffs. Not what I expected. Was someone interrogated here? Huh? The Raven, if I'm not mistaken. Why don't you step into the light? Inspector Legrand.
Legrand. Wouldn't it be easy if I could lay it all on his shoulders? Wrong, Constable Zelna.
Mr. Inch?
It is astonishing how far you've come. I thought young Legrand would be my most dangerous opponent, but it seems I should have had more respect for age.
The bomb on the train. Since when does the Raven risk human lives?
I knew that Legrand would be hot on my heels after the heist in London. He's a dangerous man, Mr. Zelna. He almost caught me once.
Is that a reason to resort to murder?
It wasn't my only reason. An eye for an eye, Constable Zelna.
What about the murder of the Baroness? Was that also your doing?
The death of the Baroness was never part of the plan. Dr. Gebhardt had a score to settle with her and got in my way.
You didn't care about the key to the safe?
I never wanted to steal the eye out of the safe. I always intended to strike here, in the museum.
What about Gebhardt's confession?
A nice idea, don't you think? It keeps the inspector out of my hair. For a few more hours, at least. Until everything collapses like a house of cards.
How did you do it? How did you plant the message on the safe in the train? How did you know that Gebhardt killed the Baroness? And the demolition charge below the treasure chamber? How did you manage it all? Even if your arm isn't lame.
Oh, it is, believe me. I needed help, it's true. A messenger boy to replace my arms and legs.
A messenger boy?
Ah, Adil. This could be interesting. He's quite talented, but unreliable. He has a mind of his own plans. Don't you, Adil?
I never wanted blood to be shed, but it's time to make an exception.
He only forgot one thing. I keep things firmly in hand. Always. End of story.